Hi, I'm Megha and I'm back with yet another video. And this video is an extension of my previous one. When I was talking about decision making getting filtered through the core values, a lot of my friends asked me, what are values, what are core values, and what role does it play, and where do we even find them? How do we even find them? So I thought I'll do a video on core values. So, before we even go to understanding what core values are, I would like to mention what Elvis Presley said. Values are like fingerprints. Nobody's are the same, but we leave them all over in everything we do. So, having said that, have you ever wondered who you are, why you behave in a certain way, what is it that makes you upset sometimes, or why do you hold certain things so dear to you? The answer lies in understanding values. So what are these values? So values are something which are very important to us throughout the different situations in life, and core values are something we don't choose for ourselves, but they are the feelings and the beliefs that operate at the back of our mind, and how it is formed at the back of our mind. These actually influence the way we behave, the way we act, the way we think. These values actually evolve over a period of time. We create them throughout our life, and starting from the early childhood. However, most of our values are formed during the childhood, and it's like influenced by our family, our friends, our religion, and any major event which happens in our lives. So, everyone has values. Uh, some people are aware of it and some are not. Some people are more aware and some are not. And being aware of these values actually provide us valuable guidance for living a fulfilling life. In every life situation, I find myself uh, ways, to learn something. Every person I meet, every situation I face, I try to figure out what I can learn from this, whether I can learn something from this person, whether there's something I can learn from this situation, because my core value is learning. So why do we even need values? According to Alexander Hamilton, he says if you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. So what does it imply? It implies that when we know our values, it allows us to stand strongly for something, for the things that will align with my deepest truth. I'm holding certain truths within myself, and these truths are my core values. So when I stand by them, it really helps me align with myself. Uh, we know that the world we are living in is so chaotic, the outer world, and we need something to hold on to, and this is what makes us very unique, when we are holding on to something, and we are more grounded, and we make better decisions, and definitely we feel much happier. So our values are very central to what makes us so unique when we are navigating through life. It is that unique set of values, which will act as a filter whenever we're making any small or big decisions. Like I mentioned in my previous video, everyone aims to have a fulfilling life, and these are the values which needs to be expressed in different areas of your life. Let it be health, let it be your career, let it be your finances, let it be your relationships and personal growth, anything. So when these values are expressed in these different areas, it gives you more fulfilling feeling. So it is kind of an anchor in this world which enables us to shine. So how do you find your values? So the first thing you can do is go online, Google it for the list of exhaustive set of values. And out of that, you select whatever speaks to your mind. Just go through it. Don't give it a second thought. There are certain words which will pop up and you just start marking them. and then group them into 6 categories. Some similar items in one, like when you say love, togetherness, hugs, like those kind of things. It will come in one column. So like that, you have 6 categories you will make, and pick one which speaks to you the most from each column, and those could be your 6 set of values. And the second way is you can look back at your life through your positive or your painful experiences and see what did you care most about during those situations. So that can also give you a clue on what your core values are. And third, and the very, very interesting one would be there are always people we admire. So pick up 3 people whom you admire the most. It could be one of your friend or family, or it could be your colleague, or it could be any influencer like in YouTube, or maybe a leader. So, or a writer or an author. There are certain set of things you will like about them. List them out, and in those 3 peoples, just see that what are those things which are similar. Maybe that is speaking to you. That is your core value. So that is another way of finding out. And yet there's another way also, which most of the people find it difficult to do, is pick up 3 people, one from your family and one from your workplace and one of your friend, and put yourself in their shoes. And while doing that, write something about yourself from their point of view. All positive, huh? No negatives allowed. So when you write that, look out for similar words those 3 people will write about you. So those could be your core values. This is an interesting activity. Believe me, guys, you would want to know your core values. Now you have found out your core values. Now comes the part where you have to implement those core values. Once you have discovered these are my core values, it is important that you incorporate these values, in your everyday life. One of my core values is happiness. So everything I have to select, I would see whether this makes me happy or not. So that is a very simple criteria I have. Another thing is I need to be really, really inspired, because that is my top most core value. And if I'm not inspired, I wouldn't get up from the bed. It is that important for me. I wouldn't take a step towards that, no matter who comes and tells me to do that. Unless I'm convinced that I'm inspired about it, I wouldn't do that. And when we are making decisions, all these core values have to be reflected in our different areas of life for us to live that fulfilling life. So if we feel that something is not fulfilling any area, so we might have to look at the changes we need to make in it to get aligned with our core values. So in the end, as a conclusion, I would say that whenever you feel that something is not right, just sit down, spend a few minutes and check whether you are in alignment with your core values or not. Every single day you have a choice. Either you live a life according to your core values or according to someone else's. So don't let the noise of others' opinion determine your journey. Be mindful, listen to yourself, your inner voice, and focus all your energy in a direction that is unfolding your purpose each day. So discover your core values now. I hope this might give you some idea about core values, and do comment if you liked it or if it was informative for you. Did you learn something from it? Figure out what your core values are. Until we meet next time, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and love always. Thank you for watching me.